All right, yes, Wes. Here's our fan cam, a little fan cam interview. Wes, gonna get straight into it. Quick initial thoughts on the game. What are your thoughts on a 3-2 win for Spurs at home?
This is very much a Spurs game, definitely, especially for what we're used to as fans of Spurs. You got it, pretty much everything you could expect. You can get. You got
Everything you needed.
us scoring, got us scoring very well, got us doing for good parts of the game. We were passing very well in that 3-4-3 formation, a formation that a lot of people now want to see changed. And you see, it did what we needed to do in the first half. Of course, we had Dyer. He messed up the first goal, gave
True.
away the first goal. Pretty much very, very poor
Spursy
control of the
ingredients there.
ball. Yeah, for Dyer. But he, of course, got back into it. He, did his, kept continuing, and we were able to luckily capitalize on it by Son and his amazing play.
Right.
Especially with the second goal. That second goal for volley. My gosh, that's all I got to say.
It's crazy, man.
But
He
other
was
than that,
absolutely nuts.
other than that, crazy, crazy game. And then of course we went up two. We made it 3-1 by halftime, but second half was very poor. And then it goes back to being just a Spurs fan where we see the ups and then you immediately see the downs. Also,
Mm,
when we're trying to finish out a game, you see Conte trying to rest players, putting in substitutions. He changes his formation a little bit, and you see that we just let
yeah,
off the gas. And you know that he's
true.
been saying we need to be killing the opponent. He's been saying that since even last season. We have to kill the opponent. We have to be one of those teams to do that if we want to be a big team. And you see, we kind of did not do that. You saw when he came off the pitch, he was very disappointed.
Quick question on that, and I think you're onto something there, Wes, and about not killing the game. To Bottom Duda threw in a super chat about this in the watch along. He said
Mhm.
that Antonio Conte kind of rushed off after the
Oh
game
yeah.
into the tunnel very quickly and kind of
Mhm.
unhappily, and you can see kind of the smirk on my face. I'm a bit happy with this win. Antonio Conte doesn't really feel that way. He kind of feels
So
like we should have won by a whole lot more.
I feel like him. I feel exactly like how Conte feels.
Hmm.
I'm happy we won. It's good that we won. We're on top of our group, which we should be anyway, because we're bigger. We're bigger. We talking about us as a team and what we are of today. We're a bigger team than pretty much all the teams we are going against in this group. So we should be coming out of here with no buts about it. But I'm not happy with. I'm not really. I
Hmm.
have to say, I'm not. No, I'm not really happy. Happy. I'm probably controversial. I know David said
Let's
we
get
need to
into those
be.
controversial moments.
Yeah,
So, what
yeah.
I have is the referee was atrocious. I thought Eric Dyer, like you brought on to, made that atrocious mistake. I mean, I thought you actually kindly even brushed over that. Let's be honest, Wes. You gave us a nice summary there, but maybe let's start with Eric Dyer. Someone even said today, no silly mistakes. Spurs win this game. Let's be honest, we started with a silly mistake with Eric
Yep.
Dyer.
Started with a mistake that people have been saying about Dyer's career with Spurs. He always has a mistake in him, and
Hmm.
he did it today of all the days to do it. And it happens, and it's always somebody else. It's either Royale or it's Dyer or somebody else or Lloris. Who makes the mistake. This time it was Dyer. I don't know what's. I don't know. I don't know. For him, it wasn't even that bad of a pass. The pass was hard, but it wasn't a pass that he could not control. And the fact that he pretty much let the ball go too far from him after he took the initial touch, that's just that's just
Did it feel
horrible
like he
play
didn't
from the
know that
back.
even the player was there? Because I tried to defend Dyer. I tried to say, you know what, maybe a bit of a hospital pass. The moment I said hospital pass, Wes King, everybody in the chat was like Jack being way too kind
No,
to Moon
no.
Boots.
He blotched that whole touch. That was not a bad pass from a Romero at all. It wasn't. All he had to do was do a simple touch pass. But no, he kind of he did a thing where he probably thought he had a lot more space than what he did. He probably didn't think that player was that close on marking him. But it's still that's no excuse. He should always be aware, especially when you're in a situation like that when you're that close into your box. And that it's just a silly, silly, silly mistake, and very bad from Dyer.
And the referee, I mean, let's be honest, one red card felt like we could have had a few more red cards. Let's be honest. There was one from Hasebe. He
Mhm,
probably deserved a second yellow. I
mhm,
think one person even said the guy that took down Bryan Hill in the box maybe
yeah,
deserved a second yellow as well. At one stage, we saw Emerson Royale yet again helping the referee pull his cards out of the pocket. I mean,
Pretty much.
thoughts on the referee today? Thoughts on him?
He was a little bit all over the place. Definitely wasn't calling what was clear and obvious. Had to pretty much had to have almost every Spurs player come up to him to get that second yellow out. Even though it was a clear second yellow, understand he got a yellow card just 2 minutes before, but that's his fault. That's his fault. Fouling Son right in a direct moment like that. As a defender, you just can't do that. And Son, I don't know what he was thinking. He must have thought he just didn't get a card 2 minutes ago, but he did. That's his fault. And I don't like when the refs try to help the play out because he made another mistake. Their job is just to follow the rules of the game. Once he tackles another player when they have a clear chance, like what Son had, and he like literally holds them off by pretty much hugging them, that's another yellow, point blank in the period. Give him a yellow, get him off the pitch. There's no trying to give him the little silent treatment and saying, oh, he made another mistake in just 2 minutes. No, he made another mistake. That's another yellow card.
Felt like
Point
Sonny
blank.
also as well was taken down plenty of times. It
Yeah.
just felt like he wasn't a big fan of Sonny, that referee, if you ask me. Plenty of times when Sonny, I thought, was almost
Same with
assaulted
Royale.
on the pitch.
I have to say, Sam Royale. Royale even got in a good amount of fouls where he got fouled, like I think a good 3 times where it was obvious fouls, but he didn't get no call for it. He kept the play going, So I think he did on doubts on Royale as well.
He has a bit of a reputation. He does a bit of snorkel diving,
He
I'll be
does.
honest,
He does.
Emerson
He
Royale. So
does.
maybe there's a
Got
bit of
that from
reputation
Brazilian.
there.
Yeah, he got that
He's
from
got the
Brazilian
Brazilian
national
in
team.
him. Conte's formation and substitutions. He went with the 3-4-3. We saw Richarlison at right wing. He went to the 3-5-2, then kind of went back to the 3-4-3. Thoughts on that?
I think first half 3-4-3 actually worked. If you saw, we had a time where we were passing the ball very quickly. We were controlling the game. I really like how quick we were playing. It seems like when we play 3-4-3 and we pass the ball and we play like a quick type of pace, we play a whole lot better. Because everybody knows where they're supposed to be at this point. That starting 11 that he's been choosing, they know where they're supposed to be. Those are the ones who know the system, or he would not have put them out there. So you saw when we do a quicker pace, when we put a little hip to our step, we start playing very well with 3-4-3. More surprising than I thought, because to me, I think we should just play 3-5-2. But actually, we did wonders with 3-5-2. Now I'm with a 3-4-3.
Is it opponent dependent? Is it like how
It kind of
Philip
is.
said today? Is it like
Yeah.
3-5-2 certain opponents, 3-4-3 other opponents?
It kind of is. I think it does with the opponent. Of course, we're going to get some. I don't want to say weaker opponent, but compared to like Premier League standards, a little bit weaker. I know they just won the Europa, but it's a little bit of a different team. They got rid of a lot of their key players for that team, so they're a little bit of kind of in a mid rebuild. I can say.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And they gave us a lot more space. These type of teams give us a lot more space than what other opposition in the Premier League would give us. So I think the 3-4-3 kind of worked in our favor with that as well, because we saw Royale had a little bit more space. He looked a lot better. But games when it gets serious, he doesn't have that space, and you see the technical ability lets him down. Which again, I'm not happy with Royale again. He played okay for his standards, but it's not good enough for me.
What would you feel? Just a quick question again, on Conte's formation in the beginning. Do you feel like 3-4-3, like you said, this time maybe it actually looked like what Spurs needed? Was it okay then? Because did you feel like against Frankfurt, that 0-0 draw? I thought the 3-4-3 worked in that game. Do you think that's what Conte was thinking there? Just kind of following up with what he thought what was working.
What worked against that team? Yeah. I think so too. I think he looked at that game and was like, we did well in 3-4-3. Let's do it again, but let's make sure he probably just made sure to emphasize certain things that happened in that game to emphasize in this game.
And then,
Yeah.
I think you're right. And then thoughts on one of the substitutions. Of course, I would probably spend all 12 minutes talking about this, but clearly you're much more professional with your time than I am. Quick thoughts on maybe Basuma coming in, Skip, and then Hill Messi. And the person that I'd probably spend 12 minutes on would probably be Hill Messi coming on. But Bryan Gil got his chance.
That boy right there, that man right there. I told people I understand people don't like that he doesn't have the way. That's going to happen naturally. That's not going to happen. Gaining that type of way is not going to happen that fast. But I know he's working on it. You could tell he's working on it. Or Conte wouldn't be playing him if he didn't see him on the training pitch balling. He would not be playing him. He said, because he said that about Spence. So it's clear that now he's starting to break into the team to me. He's starting to actually break into the team, especially after that, causing a penalty with his very good flair dribbling. You can see his technical ability is pretty much up there with Lucas Moura and maybe even Son. He's up there with them too. I think he's
Mhm,
our third best dribbler on the team. I think Perisic
mhm.
is right behind him or just right on par with him.
Yeah,
That's already, and he's
Sonny
only
was skinning
19.
men alive as well,
Yeah,
though, today, let's be
and,
honest,
and
like
he's only 19, and I think once he does gain that kind of better fitness and physical ability, he's going to be a beast. He's going to be like our next Modric. He's like, to me, he's like what Modric was when we first got him on Tottenham. To me,
sign Modric on a free, have him teach
yeah, I want him
Messi a
to.
thing or
I,
two.
I
I
wouldn't I
agree
wouldn't mind
there.
having him either. Not at all.
Man of the
I wouldn't
match.
mind mad him. Yeah, man
We
of the
wouldn't mind on
match.
that. Yeah.
Ooh, that's clear going to be Son. It's clear going to be Son. He scored the double. He played amazingly. That volley was world
Smart man.
class.
Smart man. Smart
I
man.
do agree that him playing with Cess on the left is actually turns a lot better for him. I have noticed that whenever he plays with Cess, he plays a lot better. I think Perisic gets too much in his own in his way. To me, I think that calls for return to put probably Perisic more as a winger or put him on the right side as wing back. He could
I
do it
like it.
or Conte got decisions for that, but
Do you
I
think
do
he
think,
actually just quickly, do you think he is playing better when he has Sess on his side
yeah,
instead of Perisic?
yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree with Sean. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I agree
Interesting.
with that one.
Very interesting. And then last
Can I
one, or
can I
go ahead. Start. Take it
let
away,
me
my
let me
man. Go ahead.
quickly go at Royale. I
Please.
understand people are going to say that he played for his standards. He played very good game. To me, he played okay. He did not amaze or anything like that, and I don't think he ever will because he's not good enough. But he's the main reason they scored that second goal. His
Mhm.
technical ability with that touch let it he just let the ball go right out, and then they were able to get the ball, and then it caused the corner. Well, that was caused by Royale, and that ended up being a goal for them. It's completely on Royale. Also, Kane did not play. He scored that first penalty. That's all great and all. But to be honest with you, how did he not do a low driven pass to Hill? If
He
that
had the
was
chance
Son,
to make
he
it
would
up
have.
for it. He had the chance to make up
I
for it.
mean, if that was Son that he was passing, he would just automatically just gave him the ball. But for some reason,
It
he
would have been a
hesitated.
dime if it was
Yeah,
Son. It would have been a
but if
dime.
for some
Yeah.
reason he hesitated because it was a different player, I don't know. But I'm like, you saw how Hill was trying to make that run. He was wide open for a clear, just simple, low lofted pass, and he completely thought he was Richarlison. Hill's not Richarlison. He's not going to get up there and get a header. He likes to have the ball to have the ball at his feet. That's to me that's it's low. I want to say disgraceful, but I know that's too harsh a word because it's Harry Kane. But to me, that's disgraceful. There's no reason to miss a pass like that.
Yeah. I
No reason.
agree. I
And to
agree,
miss the
Wes.
penalty. The penalty is completely that's for his level. That's
2
disgraceful as
penalties
well.
missed already this season, my
Yeah.
man. 2 penalties missed
First time
already.
I've
Maybe
seen that.
something to talk
First time
about.
I've seen him miss penalties like that.
Bit of
First
a
time.
souvenir. No, it's
Yeah.
nice that he at least gave a souvenir for the crowd, but certainly something to talk about. Wes, great job, my man. Great fan cam, great fan interview. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this one. Please smash that like button. Please let me know what you thought of Wes's comments. And Wes, really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
Come on, you
See,
Spurs.
come on, you Spurs.